Friday, 2:13 a.m. The building is silent, the kind of silence that hums. Only the vending machine light flickers in the corner, painting the marble floor in soft blue. He takes another slow sip of instant coffee, bitter and thin. The cup trembles slightly in his hand, not from the caffeine, but from the cold that creeps through every unheated hallway at this hour. 20 years. That's how long he's walked these same corridors. Same gray walls, same beeping elevator, same faces that came and went while he stayed. He was the one who never left early, who held the door for everyone else leaving late. Tonight feels different. He doesn't know why. Outside, the wind hits the glass doors soft at first, then harder until the trees sway like shadows arguing with the night. The security monitor glows on his desk, showing empty rooms and sleeping computers. He checks his phone. One new email. Subject, company restructuring notice. He doesn't open it right away. He knows. The cursor hovers over the screen, blinking like a heartbeat. Then he clicks. Dear Mr. Alvarez, we regret to inform you that due to internal restructuring, your position will be terminated effective immediately. He stops reading. The words blur. His chest tightens. He stares at the screen until the monitor turns black. He walks the perimeter one last time, flashlight sweeping over empty desks and silent printers. He lingers at the reception desk where he first stood 20 years ago, nervous, younger, still believing loyalty meant something. He remembers the first badge photo they took of him. He was smiling. The background was bright blue, like the sky he never saw during his night shifts. He takes that same badge from his pocket now, scratched, faded, the photo barely visible. He runs his thumb over it, then places it gently on the desk. The air feels heavier. Somewhere in the distance, a cleaning machine hums. He whispers to no one, "Guess that's it, huh?" No answer, only the sound of rain starting against the glass. At 3:45 a.m., he steps outside. The city smells of wet concrete and tired dreams. A few cars pass taxi lights glowing in the mist. He stands under the awning, watching the rain fall in thin silver lines. In his hand, a small cardboard box with everything that fit a thermos, a photo of his daughter, a few old shift schedules. He should feel angry. He doesn't. Just empty. He thinks about all the mornings he'd watched the world wake up while he was heading home. Office workers rushing, students yawning, sunlight spilling between buildings. He used to feel invisible among them. Now he's not even that. The guard, who never missed a night, has nowhere to stand. He walks slowly to the bus stop. The bench is wet, but he sits anyway. His reflection shivers in a puddle at his feet. A woman nearby coughs, holding an umbrella too small for the storm. The city keeps breathing, indifferent. He pulls his jacket tighter, the fabric stiff from years of use. The badge is gone, but the habit remains scanning, checking, protecting. Even when there's nothing left to guard. When the first bus of the morning arrives, he doesn't move. He just watches the doors open and close again. The driver's impatient glance fading into the rain. He whispers, 20 years and that's all it takes. His voice breaks somewhere between disbelief and acceptance. He looks back one last time, the building still lit, still alive without him. Through the glass, he can see the security monitor blinking, waiting for someone else to take his chair. He stands, exhales, and begins to walk. The rain soaks through his shoes, through the box he carries. The photo inside his daughter on her graduation day starts to curl at the edges, but he doesn't stop. Down the empty street, neon reflections shimmer on the wet pavement. A street vendor pushes a cart past him, the smell of brewing coffee drifting into the dawn. He closes his eyes just for a second. The scent lingers. Something about it feels peaceful. He doesn't know it yet. But this is the moment everything begins to change. Monday, 6:02 a.m. He still wakes up before sunrise. It's automatic. 20 years of habit doesn't fade just because the world no longer needs it. The alarm buzzes. He doesn't hit snooze. He never did. He lies there for a few seconds, staring at the cracked ceiling of his small apartment. The light is faint, just a soft line creeping through the blinds, the kind that makes everything look colder. The uniform still hangs on the back of the chair, pressed and ready. He almost reaches for it. Almost. Then he remembers. He gets up anyway, makes coffee. The same instant kind he used to drink in the lobby, bitter. No sugar. The smell fills the room. But it doesn't comfort him like it used to. He sits by the window, watching the city move on without him. Buses full of people heading somewhere. Phones ringing, helmets on, laughter between stops, and him on the other side of the glass. By 8:30, he's at the computer. Old laptop, slow fan, too many tabs. He types security guard jobs near me. Dozens of listings appear. He applies to everyone. Each form asks the same question. Age. He hesitates every time. He knows what happens next. Days pass. Emails arrive. All polite, all the same. We appreciate your experience. Unfortunately, we've decided to move forward with another candidate. We'll keep your resume on file. He begins to memorize the rhythm of rejection. At first, he tells himself it's fine, maybe next week, maybe the next company. But weeks stretch into months, and the silence between those emails grows heavier. He starts to notice how quiet the apartment gets in the afternoon. The refrigerator hums, the clock ticks, and his thoughts get louder. Some nights he walks just to feel the air. He passes the same office building, sometimes his old one, its glass walls glowing blue in the dark. He stops across the street, watches people come and go, new faces. He wonders if they ever think about him. Probably not. He walks past quickly, hands in pockets, collar up. It's easier to pretend he doesn't miss it. His daughter calls once a week. Her voice is warm, too careful. You're eating well, right? Yeah. You're applying, right? Every day. She pauses as if choosing words that won't hurt. You could take a break, you know. You've worked enough. He laughs softly. If I stop working, I stop being me. She doesn't know what to say. Neither does he. They hang up with silence that lingers longer than love. By the third month, the money starts thinning. Rent, groceries, bus fare, everything counts now. He sells his old watch, cancels the gym membership he rarely used, starts keeping receipts in a small box like a ritual of control. But control is slipping. He starts waking up at night, sweating, heart racing. Sometimes he dreams of the lobby again, the quiet hum, the glow of screens, the sense of purpose. Then he wakes up staring into nothing. He tries to tell himself this is temporary, but even hope feels tired. One morning, he sits on a park bench near the bus stop. Same place he waited that last night. The sky is pale. The air smells like wet dust. He watches the rhythm of people coming and going, construction workers grabbing coffee, delivery riders laughing, students half asleep with headphones in. Then he sees it. A small coffee cart near the corner. Steam rises from it like a quiet signal in the cold. The man behind it moves fast, pouring, smiling, shouting orders. The customers keep coming, one after another. For the first time in weeks, something flickers inside him, curiosity. He watches closely, how the man wipes the cups, greets every face, counts coins with ease. Nothing fancy, just steady. He doesn't know why, but he stays until the crowd thins. When the vendor finally looks up, he nods. You want one? He hesitates, then nods back. Black, no sugar. The man pours. The smell hits rich, real, alive. He takes a sip. It burns his tongue. He doesn't care. It's the first thing that's tasted real in months. On the walk home, that smell follows him. The cart, the cups, the laughter. He thinks about how that man controls his time, his day, his life. One small stand, one small act of independence. He can't stop replaying it. The world had taken away his job, his badge, his place. But maybe, just maybe, there's something he can build with his own hands. Something small, something that's his. He doesn't say it out loud, but the idea stays. Quiet, persistent, like the first light before dawn. Thursday. 5:12 a.m. The city is still half asleep. Streetlights flicker against puddles, vendors set up their stalls, and the sky hasn't decided yet if it wants to turn blue. He stands beside a small, second-hand cart, metal scratched, wheels slightly bent, a handwritten sign taped to the front, Cafe Miguel. The name makes him smile. His daughter came up with it, said it sounded legit. The smell of ground coffee drifts through the cold air. His hands shake a little as he screws the lid on the thermos. He's done security, cleaning, repairs, but never this. Never something that was his. He checks his watch. 5:28. The same time he used to clock in at his old job. Now he's standing across the street from that very building. Same glass walls, same blue glow, Only difference, he's no longer guarding the door, he's serving coffee in front of it. A strange mix of fear and pride fills his chest. The first customer comes slowly, a delivery rider, helmet tucked under his arm. "You open?" "Yeah." "Just started." The man nods, glancing at the cart. "How much?" "15. I'll take one." "No milk." He pours carefully, trying not to spill. The paper cup feels too thin in his trembling hands. "Thanks, boss," the rider says before speeding off. Boss. The word hits different. It lingers. He sells 3 more cups before sunrise. Then a few office workers. One woman compliments the smell, another says she'll come back tomorrow. Every thank you lands like a spark. Small, but real. By noon, his shirt sticks to his back. The sun has climbed high and the rush has died down. He leans against the cart, takes a sip from his own cup, the one he made wrong, too bitter. Across the street, a group of employees exit the building laughing. Their ID cards swing from their necks. He recognizes one, then another, former co-workers. He lowers his head slightly, pretending to adjust the cups. He's not sure if he wants them to see him like this, standing behind a cart where he once guarded doors. But they see him anyway. One of them stops. "Miguel?" "All right." He looks up, forcing a smile. "Hey." The man stares for a moment, then laughs softly. "You're selling coffee now?" "Trying to," Miguel says. "Man, that's something." The tone isn't cruel, more like confusion, maybe even respect. The others wave awkwardly and keep walking. He watches them disappear through the glass doors, then looks back at his cart. Steam rises, curling gently into the morning light. He exhales. It's okay. Let them see. Days turn into weeks. His hands learn the rhythm grind, pour, smile, repeat. The mornings stop feeling heavy. The sound of coins clinking into the tin can becomes a small private melody. He starts recognizing faces: the woman with the green scarf, the man who always orders 2, the courier who never has change. They start greeting him by name. "Morning, Miguel. You saved my Monday again. Your coffee's stronger than my will to work." He laughs, not because the jokes are funny, but because they make the air lighter. One evening, he stays after closing. The sky turns orange and the office lights flicker on again across the street. He remembers his first night there. All those years ago, nervous, hopeful, thinking he'd stay forever. Now standing outside, he realizes something. He's still here, just not where he thought he'd be. He runs his hand along the metal cart. The scratches, the dents, they tell their own story now. Maybe this is what starting over really looks like. Not a grand second chance. Just small steps, steady hands, and enough courage to keep showing up. As he packs up, a familiar voice calls out, "Hey, Miguel." He turns. It's one of his old supervisors, the same man who once signed his layoff notice. "Didn't expect to see you here," the man says, smiling awkwardly. Miguel nods, calm. "Didn't expect to be here either." The supervisor glances at the cart. Smells good. Miguel gestures to the cup. "Want one?" "On the house." The man hesitates, then accepts, takes a sip, nods slowly. "You know," he says, "you always were the most reliable one on the night shift." Miguel just smiles. "Still am." The man laughs softly, waves, and leaves. Miguel watches him go, the warm cup still steaming in his hands. The night returns, but this time it feels lighter. He looks at his reflection in the glass doors of his old building. The same man, different life, and for the first time in a long time, he doesn't feel like an outsider. He feels free. Tuesday, 7:11 a.m. The city hums with routine traffic lights blinking in rhythm, horns in the distance, footsteps quick against the pavement. His cart is already in place. Steam rises in thin white trails, catching the morning sun. The air smells like roasted beans and rain from the night before. He wipes the counter, lines up the paper cups. It's muscle memory now, calm, precise, unhurried. When he looks up, he sees them, his regulars already forming a line. The courier waves, the woman with the green scarf smiles, and a young intern jogs up, breathless. "Same as always, boss?" Miguel asks. "Yeah, you know it." The word boss still makes him laugh. At first, he thought it was a joke. Now it's become something else, a kind of respect wrapped in warmth. As he pours the coffee, a car slows down nearby. The window rolls down, and for a moment, he freezes. It's Luis, his old coworker from the night shift, still wearing the company badge around his neck. No way. Luis grins. You're really doing this? Guess so. Miguel says, want one? Of course. The boss's coffee. How could I say no? The way he says it, the boss makes the others in line laugh. Someone claps him on the shoulder. It's small, casual, but it lands deep, because for years, boss was what other people were. People who decided when he worked, when he rested, when he was done. Now, it's a word that belongs to him. By mid-morning, the line stretches down the sidewalk. He moves fast, pouring, smiling, nodding to each familiar face. Every sound blends into a quiet orchestra, the hiss of boiling water, the thud of coins, the soft buzz of morning chatter. It's not just a job anymore. It's a rhythm, a heartbeat. And in that rhythm, he finds something he hadn't felt in years, peace. Around 9:30, a woman in a gray coat approaches. He recognizes her instantly. HR, the one who sent the email. She hesitates before speaking. Miguel? That's me. I didn't realize this was you. I've passed by a few times. Everyone keeps talking about your coffee. He smiles gently. Good to know my name's still making the rounds. She looks down, awkward. I wanted to say I'm sorry for how things ended. He nods. Quiet. You were just doing your job. A pause. The street noise fills the space between them. This is yours? She asks, gesturing at the cart. Yeah. Started small. Still small. She smiles genuinely. Looks bigger than most people's courage. He chuckles, then hands her a cup. Try this. On the house. She takes a sip, closes her eyes. That's good. Took me months to get it right, he says. Still learning. We all are, she replies softly. When she walks away, he watches her fade into the crowd, not with bitterness, but with something close to gratitude. Sometimes life's apologies don't come in words. They come in moments like this. By noon, the sun is sharp. The metal cart glints. Coins gleam in the jar, and his daughter's laughter echoes faintly through the phone he keeps near the cash box. How's business, Jefe? She teases. Steady, he says. Your old man's making the best coffee in the city. I told you that name would work. He grins. You did. He doesn't tell her that sometimes when the crowd quiets and the street slows, he still feels that old emptiness, the kind that never fully disappears. But now, it doesn't scare him. It keeps him humble. Because in that silence, he's learned the difference between having a job and having purpose. As the day winds down, he takes a moment just to watch. Cars pass. People laugh. A light breeze lifts the smell of coffee into the air. He glances at the glass tower across the street, the same one that once meant security, identity, routine. Now it's just another building. He smiles. The city he once guarded now feels like his again. When the last customer leaves, someone shouts from down the street, "See you tomorrow, boss." The words echo down the sidewalk, over the traffic, over everything he used to fear. He laughs quietly, fully, freely. Then he looks at his hands rough, stained with coffee, and realizes they've built something no one can take away. He closes the cart for the night, the sun low and gold behind the skyline. For the first time in a long time, he doesn't dread tomorrow. He looks at the horizon, exhales, and whispers almost to himself, I guess I'm still on duty, just for a different kind of life. The wind carries the scent of coffee down the street. The light fades slowly, and Miguel, the man they once called too old, stands quietly in the glow of his own rebirth.